Today we have a wonderful juice time for you. This juice actually was featured on JuiceTime a couple of months ago. And if you remember correctly, I actually purchased my first bottle of this juice from Brian's Badass Group Buys. I'll leave a link in the description. If you haven't already checked them out, you very much should, because it is a great place to get a lot of really cool vape gear. I have personally spent a small fortune on this site alone. Here's what we're talking about. Atty Eze. Atty Eze is a Max VG dripping line created by Jack the Dripper. Back in 2008, Jack was a happy little dripper. And of course, like many of us, we know what we like when we use our juice, right? But when you're a creative person or a juice maker in general, you have the ability to say, you know what? I don't like what I'm dripping, or I know I can do better. So what did he do? He created his own line. The line started off with a wonderful flavor called Duchess. Now, I personally have never had Duchess, okay? I'm not a big Apple fan, right? Actually, I should say I've never had an Apple vape that I've really been like gaga over. However, I've heard from some very trustworthy sources that Duchess is a bomb-ass juice. However, I was buying a 120 ml bottle, and I was not about to take a chance on spending money on a 120 ml bottle for something that I may or may not like. So I went with other flavors. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description to the first Atty Eze JuiceTime. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with two of the original flavors from Atty Eze. And then in a separate video, we're going to move on to his new cereal flavor line. The Jack of Diamonds, Ace of Diamonds, Queen of Diamonds. You get where I'm going with this? It's going to be a lot of fun. However, I wanted to start with two of the original flavors, and I'll tell you what, one of which is going to be a full-time all-day vape. And anybody out there who knows, it's a hard task to find that one true flavor that you know you're going to vape constantly. So let's just get started, okay? Okay. First off, we're going to start off with Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball is a very decadent, flavorful vanilla custard. This vanilla custard is actually my favorite vanilla custard to date. And as you guys know, I've been doing testing on all the vanilla custards out there. And so far, this one has been my favorite. One thing you have to know about the Atty Eze line is that it's full of really nice flavor. And as you guys know, it is really hard to get a very intense flavor on a 95% vegetable glycerin mix. Whatever Jack's doing to these juices, he's nailed it. So let's go ahead and get down to it. I'm going to take a nice big rip off this delicious stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit about the flavor. Okay. Now, as you can see, the Atty Eze juice gives off a very thick, dense vapor, okay? And a lot of times when you're using these juices, you see a lot of vapor, but that's all it is. It's just vapor. But with Atty Eze, for whatever reason, however he does it, the vapor really does lend to the flavor. It really makes it a lot more intense on the flavor. The inhale on this is very much the vanilla, okay? There's no qualms about it. You get hit over the head with a very nice vanilla flavor. It's almost, if you've ever smelled vanilla straight out the bottle, that's kind of what it smells like, but without, or tastes like, without that alcohol feeling, or the alcohol smell, I should say. The exhale is that very nice sweet custard. If you guys are a fan of an intense vanilla custard, you're going to want to check this out. However, I will tell you that if you are somebody who is not looking to drip and you want to put this juice in a tank, good luck. It is very thick and very drippy juice. It's not something you're going to be able to put in your Nautilus and have it, wick up like tremendously well. It's going to be a bitch to do. But you can try. I'm just telling you what I know. With vanilla custards, there's really not much you can say about them. They're either good or they're bad, and this one is very good. I'm not really sure where Jack came up with the name Crystal Ball, but I will tell you that it is definitely 120 ml worthy. There's not a lot of juices out there that I can say I would go and buy 120 ml of, but this one definitely is. There's a couple options of how you can actually buy this juice. One, of course, is finding him on Facebook. At least that's how I first, or I should say the second bottle I ever bought, that's how I got it, was I messaged Jack on Facebook, told him what I wanted, and there, bam, boom, I had it. However, recently you can buy Atty Eze on www.angelvapes.com. You can buy these juices in either 30 ml or 120 ml bottles. The pricing is very affordable. You're starting at $15 for a 30 ml, and you can go up to $55 for a 120 ml bottle. You can actually get this in 0, 3, or 6 milligrams nicotine. So you have tons of options there, and that's always good. One of the things I will tell you about this particular juice is because of the thickness of it, you want to make sure that when you get, if you get a 120 ml bottle and you want to transfer it over to a smaller bottle, you want to make sure that you get a drip tip that actually has some width to it. Okay, the bottles that he sells actually has like a wide bore, I guess you'd call it, mouth on the dripper, because there's just really no way to get this juice out of anything that's super, super thin. I actually made the mistake of putting it in one of those squeezy bottles with like a needle drip tip, thinking that it was going to be like perfect. Couldn't get it out, and when I did, it like ruined the consistency of the juice. I don't know what I did with it, but it just didn't turn out good at all. So make sure you get something that has a nice width to the bottle, or the opening of the bottle, because otherwise you ain't getting the juice into it. Because this juice is so flavorful and dense with the vapor, it's awesome to use for any kind of cloud chasing competitions, as well as those people who are trying their damnedest to take their hand at vape tricks. I personally have been trying, and it is absolutely difficult, and I don't know if I can ever really do it, but I always will try. See, as you can see, I'm not great at it. However, because the vapor is so thick, it makes those O's look perfect. Let's move on to the second flavor so I can wow you with my taste buds. So here we are. Now, like I said before, look at this juice. It is so thick and drippy. It is completely filled with flavor and lusciousness. So this juice particularly holds up very well to high wattages, okay? I have this sitting here on my Jawbreaker Mini from Rocket Chicken. It's a series box, and it's at about 0.5 ohms. So you're looking at 100 plus watts here. And I'm telling you, because that juice is so thick and flavorful, hitting it with that that heat does not hurt the juice at all. This is Cranberry Blue. One of my favorite things about juices, or people that make juices, is when they take a flavor that they have. Like, for instance, Atty Eze uses or has a flavor that is a caramel de leche. So instead of just having a caramel de leche flavor and that's it, he uses it as a base for other flavors, or at least for this flavor. So this is Cranberry Blue. It is a vibrant blueberry flavoring mixed with the caramel de leche. So it really comes together for a excellent tangy, sweet blueberry with an awesome, like, creamy finish. With a hint of sugar, if you will. Burnt sugar. Oh, that's caramel. I don't know. Again, thick, rich, creamy, tangy, everything you want in a blueberry vape. If blueberry is in your wheelhouse of flavors, definitely forget about what you know about them. This one is going to be a new experience. And I'm not just saying this, okay? I purchased these right off his website. This isn't me trying to sell this juice. You know I bring you juices that I love, okay? I don't do juice reviews of juices that I hate, okay? If I did, I would have like 5,000 juice reviews. So Cranberry Blue, it's outstanding. It's beautiful, beautiful, vibrant, tangy blueberry, and that caramel de leche just comes right out at the end and just finishes it off, so it's not so overly powerful with that blueberry. I'm telling you, it's really good. One other thing that I'm going to say about Atty Eze before we finish up this wonderful juice time is the bottles, okay? The bottles come in these nice dark blue bottles, okay? It's great to keep any sort of sunlight out or light, which obviously will do something with the juice. I'm not a scientist, okay? This ain't Bill Nye, okay? But I will say this, the white tops off these bottles, it's great when you have a ton of juice because you can always tell which one's your Atty Eze because it stands out completely. So other than the white tops and the blue bottle, on the labels, you're gonna find that it tells you that it is a 95-5 ratio, meaning it's a 95% VG and 5% PG. I told you this was for dripping only, right? Okay. So also you're gonna find what nicotine you have in there. Again, you can go 0, 6, or 3. You're also going to find their tagline, which I think is amazing. It is drip tested, plume approved. You see the play on words here? We're not just making this stuff up, okay? So here it is. That is the first installment of the Juice Time with Chrispy Divine Atty Eze. You are going to be able to see a couple more flavors from them on their cereal flavor line, which is going to be a lot of fun because, as we all know, everybody and their mother's making a cereal flavor nowadays. It's just going to depend on who makes the best, right? Thank you guys for joining me today on my Juice Time with Chrispy Divine. Definitely take a look at my Instagram page, and also if you are a subscriber over to Vape Tilly or Vape Boss, definitely look me up. I'm going to be doing some more fun things with those two apps, and I'm telling you there is going to be a contest in the future. I have some juice and stuff to give away. It's going to be a lot of fun as I creep up to the 500 subscriber mark. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you had a lot of fun watching me talk about stuff that I probably don't know much about. And as always, stay fabulous, YouTube. You're fun.